Hey, so I'll be showing some courses that I had enrolled in CampusX website. Apart from learning on YouTube about machine learning, RAG, MCP, and deep learning, I happen to invest in some courses that I saw on CampusX website because I built trust, invisible trust, as well as some known trust that hey, I have been studying from YouTube channel and understanding the concepts in a much better way. Hence, I thought of investing some in some of the courses that I was seeing on the website. Again, agentic AI was something I was really fan of as to what and how the process of agentic AI is, and hence I thought of investing it in some. Again, there are several free courses and some paid courses on the website itself. However, majority of them here you see are free, and here are the paid ones. I was too much into data science at some point, but I felt that data analytics is the building block of data science projects, and having a firm understanding of data analytics first is a must. And hence I thought of completing the course, and I understood like this is a basic course if I say about basic to intermediate, because it also covers SQL and Power BI. Again, dashboarding part is quite simpler, I would say, but you have to have a good understanding with SQL and Excel. So again, this is something to make note of. FastAPI for machine learning, this was a great course because I was hearing the term FastAPI in so many GDs that I felt that hey, this is something I'm missing out, and hence I felt the need to work on this. I even have made simple projects on the same, but I feel there is a lot to uncover in FastAPI which I haven't as of now. In Explainable AI, again, I haven't completed this course, but so far that I have done, also there are two areas like sharp and line, which is something again quite depth, and that's why I need to understand a lot of them in the course itself. So for example, there are two types like black box AI, something that you can't uncover as to how it's doing. For example, let's just understand ensemble learning in machine learning. So again, this is a type of algorithms that works on voting basis. So how they understand like which one to prefer and which one to not. So this comes under like black box, as you can't understand the whole algorithm in what do you say, steps as to how it's doing under the hood. So that comes under black box, and something that you can decode, which is something your white box. So this is how you differentiate between white box and black box. Again, this is something I was working on, which is advanced RAG. I even happened to make a small project, a minor project on RAG in my minor like project submission in my third semester of masters, but it was a really basic project, which again that happened to got submitted in my project submission, which I did from Amity. This one, however, has several layers and types of RAGs, which is something I'm understanding. One thing I would say is, despite this course named as advanced RAG, this still covers very basic scenarios as to how LLMs is, and why does LLMs like large language models, why the term large, why the term language, why the term model, and then they move forward to okay, this is how RAG comes into existence. So which is something I really like, despite they say that it's advanced. So you can do it if you haven't understood RAG or haven't learned RAG as of now. So yeah, these are some paid courses, and I happen to have invested in some free courses, so they also have offered some notes as to how it is, which is I think time saver, because if you are not into notes making, this will actually help you save a lot of time. Again, they also offer for deep learning. I happen to learn deep learning as well, but I haven't made any such project on deep learning as of now, which is something I want to, and I'm looking forward to make some projects on CNN. Again, there are different types, like people say me, okay, you should also try YOLO, but I first need to try with CNN. Again, they have NLP, which is natural language processing. I happen to have studied from the YouTube itself. He has a playlist, Nitish sir has a playlist built for the same, and again that was simple to understand. I guess there were 8 to 10 videos in that, I suppose it was 8, and it he took it from very basic to very intermediate and sort of advanced level. So yes, this is great purchase as well. Again, since I have also already listened some lectures on YouTube, I have a great foundation with natural language processing concepts. So again, there are a lot to uncover, and there is fine tuning with transformers. As you see, there is fine tuning transformers. So this is an integral concept when it comes to understanding deep learning, which is ChatGPT model is itself based on transformer. So transformer is really important concept to understand. I mean, if you understand it by diagram, it's much easier. And Nitish sir again has a dedicated playlist for the same as to understanding transformers. But again, there are two ways to feed data. First of all, either you could, like as for now ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, these models, they are fed on the data of internet, which again takes a huge amount of time and huge amount of resources. On the contrary, you could fine tune your transformers as per your need. Again, in our scenario, as whole world is using ChatGPT, Gemini, and different tools that are now there. However, in that case, training on the internet's data was viable. However, fine tuning is very specific as to, for example, any company wants a separate chatbot for their employees. So in that case, they could fine tune as per their data. So that case, there would be much more applicable. Again, they also have a separate course for Excel. Again, there is a lot to understand in Excel itself. So yeah, so this one is free course, which is again RAG. I feel if you are opting for advanced RAG, you don't need this one, because this one is quite basic and this doesn't cover the types of RAGs that advanced RAG course covers. However, this one is paid, and I happen to enroll it in pretty quickly, and hence I had paid a lesser amount. However, if okay, my video just got smaller. However, if you pay if you pay now, you would be paying more, I suppose, because at that time it was less. I don't know, they might have changed. All right, I'm not able to. Okay, so I have to see this course. I haven't explored as of now, so I can't comment on this one. Agentic AI and agents was something I was really passionate about. I happened to see a JD, and they wanted me to build an agent as to it does either two things. So I upload my resume, and it gives me in a in a bullet format, in a Word document, basically as to how applicable my resume is for a particular JD. However, this was the work requirement they wanted me to do first, so that I could be applicable for the interview, so I could sit for the interview. Again, that was a really great task that I needed to complete, but I wasn't able to complete that in the due time, so that I had to take some more time, and then the time got crossed, so I wasn't able to sit for the interview. Again, generative AI for vision, I haven't completed it much, but as it's all about vision, like based on images. Again, I need to have some more context about the same, so I could comment more. As for object detection, this too comes under deep learning, and it uses CNN model, which is convolutional neural network. Again, if you understand how different algorithms deal with different scenarios, like CNN deals with images, RNN, which is recurrent neural network, it deals with text, and this LSTM, and there is two types of LSTM, like there is memory, like okay, first of all there is RNN, and there is LSTM, which is long short term memory, and again there is ANN, which is artificial neural network. So they solve multiple problems, but they have a specific niche. So this is why you need to understand which algorithm is solving which problem. Again, I was very passionate about understanding time series forecasting, but things didn't gone the way I planned, and hence I had to skip it. I'm so sorry why it's happening this way. Oh, now it's better. So again, Gen AI projects for Llama Index, I haven't seen much, so again I can't comment. I want to know more about computer vision, and again this is something I have understood something, but it's been some while, so again I need to revisit my course. As for deep learning PyTorch, I understood that hey, Torch is written in a very difficult language to understand, hence it is binded with Python, and hence the name PyTorch comes. So again, I don't know PyTorch as well, so there is a lot to uncover in the field of AI, and these areas do come under the same. Hence, it's very obvious to feel overwhelmed, and it's natural that you aren't able to uncover all at once, and hence you need to focus on first fewer areas at a time, because I actually got overwhelmed and over burned out as to what I'm doing with my life, like constantly nudging with different technologies. And it does happens, and this is why you need to start small. I see there are so many freshers out there and they constantly message me on LinkedIn that, hey, I did this and this, and now I'm confused as to if I should start doing masters. But again, it's obvious to feel overwhelmed, but all you need to do is focus on fewer concepts and fewer areas at a time. And I would say learn by doing. This is something I now implemented. Now when I started learning more about hardware and IoTs, I understood that, hey, watching videos are great, but when is the right time that I should start working with my hands, with my understanding. So again, right times never comes. You need to start doing by yourself, and this is how you understand it in a much quicker way, and you actually feel productive, because watching videos or watching lectures might help you understand the concepts, but until unless you start making real world projects on it, you aren't going to learn a lot. And this is why, you see, I wasn't able to answer about, okay, what is EKYC using CV computer vision, because I just watched lectures, and this is why I'm not able to understand. However, I do understand about time series forecasting, even though I watched some lectures, because I was blown by the name itself, by the term itself, like time series forecasting. As you see, we understand the weather like by seeing the tomorrow's weather, and we can't predict, okay, like how the weather is going to be 2 year down the lane or 3 year down again. There are climatic changes that do help us to understand that how the heat waves, or how like manipulative the earth's environment could be. But again, it's very unpredictable, and same goes with stock market as well. All we could do is forecasting, like predict. We can't say that, hey, this is the exact thing that is going to help understand, or it's like deep analysis, but still it's forecasting. And never no matter the type of analysis you do, you can't exactly say that, hey, this is something that's going to happen. So yeah, it's always time series forecasting or time series predicting. Again, the instructor in this course helped like really nicely explain the concepts. Like, let me just view course, and again, it's in English, so you don't have to worry about if it's only in English. Like, let me just click on they have changed the layout basically. So I happen to watch this
Yes, we
one,
can.
Arima and Sarima, and this is resources, so you could even visit on GitHub to have a look. Again, these are free courses, so you could enroll it in any time and get a good hang of it as to what time series forecasting is. Again, I would say that if you're starting, I'm so sorry, if you're starting with machine learning, start the unattractive part, like learn statistics, learn maths. This is something no one tells you about, but when you start learning more and more, you yourself will understand that, hey, these were the actual foundations that you were actually missing. People constantly ask me on LinkedIn about, hey, should I start with deep learning? And some people even say that, hey, I have completed like AWS, Azure, and Linux. I was actually very it was very hilarious moment for me, because nothing, I mean, completing AWS, Azure, I mean, I haven't completed. I could even not even say that I understood anything regarding cloud itself, because it's so huge. I happened to give cloud exam, the associate level, which I even paid for it. I even got failed. The exam passing was 720 and I scored 652. So again, there is a lot to uncover in AWS. So saying completing AWS, because it has like plus 500 services, so there is nothing such as completing, because it's huge. Like cloud is huge, and so is DevOps. Like DevOps is the I mean, different realms. So this is something you can't say that you completed. Again, be humble with your knowledge, because at times people don't understand that, hey, there is so little that they have explored, and there is a lot to unpack in AI. So yeah, this is something that you could try on, and always learn the unattractive path. I mean, when my friend emphasized on data analysis analytics part, I understood what he meant, because I was so much into data science at that point. Hey, I would rather do data science or I would do nothing. But now that I understood that what he was pointing is learning the basics, which is Excel, SQL, and other technologies, and dashboarding comes much later, like Power BI and Tableau. Once you have understood the basics, understanding and making dashboards becomes much easier. So this is what I was saying. So again, There, if you have any doubts, feel free to ping me on LinkedIn and I would be happy to resolve. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, this was an overview of CampusX courses.